Hello there guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm bringing you guys my first impressions of MLB 19, so a little bit of backstory here to start you off. I apologize that this video is going up late. It's going to be a little bit of a live stream just seeing what's going on here, grading a presentation of the game opening up here. The game was shipped late. My buddy, I gotta shout out Walking Visions. He has another channel here on YouTube. He got the game for me because he owed me a game, and he had it shipped, express shipping from GameStop, and they said it would be shipped Friday. Well, it didn't ship Friday, it didn't ship until Monday, and it was supposed to come tomorrow, actually, which would have been after the game's release. So, good thing they managed to get it here on time, but they also gave him his express shipping costs back and a $25 gift card, which is nice. You know, you pay for that express shipping, you're expecting to at least get it as early as, you know, the midnight release, if not sooner. I know a lot of games from the midnight release, or sorry, a lot of games when you pre-order and you get the express shipping, you can get them a couple days early, actually. So, just another reason why I'm not a big fan of GameStop, but you know, hey, shout out to them. They made it right with him, and here we are on the game. So we're gonna go ahead and start off on experience. I like the fact that first thing you choose is between experienced and beginner. Lets you know right off the bat what you're kind of diving into. We're gonna go experienced and player, but I'm not that great. And I don't know if it's going to give me an install game like it normally does. Set your favorite team. Alright, so we're going to go Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm not a massive baseball fan. I've only recently, within the past, I'd say 10 years, started to really get into baseball, and I'm just from Pittsburgh, so we're going to go with the Pirates to start, but that could change. There are a few other teams like the Giants, the Astros, the A's that I am particularly interested in. I was interested in a few years back, so we'll see. Learn or skip. Would you like to explore controls and learn how to play the game? No, we'll learn later. Let's just get into a game here and see how it works out. So it is going to drop us into a game here. We're going to throw some pitches and see what happens. Alright. Hot zones. Yeah, I know about the hot zones. This is basically pretty much all the same as last year. Disable pitching tutorials. Yes. So, I don't see any differences in terms of pitching here so far. Everything seems about the same. I do know, okay, so a couple things early on, a couple preferences that you're going to want to switch. And I'll make full-length videos on all of these things, but in terms of pitching, you're going to want the pitch difficulty on whatever you want it to be on. You know, it's whatever. We'll just leave it on dynamic for now. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to put it on veteran or all-star. We'll just go veteran for now and make it nice and easy because it's my first game on the game. Pitching interface is going to be the meter. Pitch view is fine. Pitch ball marker. This is the number one thing you don't want to have on. You want to switch it from pitch trail fade to pitch trail on, because otherwise you're going to lose out on being able to see where the pitch is going, and you have only a split second to kind of make your decision on the pitch. So, you're going to want to go with, pitch trail on. And then in terms of everything else, that's pretty much where you want to go. In terms of batting, I recommend zone hitting. I know a lot of people run directional hitting. I've never gotten the hang of it. Zone hitting for me is just way easier. And then what I go with is, so we'll see what the strike zone 3 looks like. You're going to want to go with guess pitch off. Where is... I'm not seeing the... We're going zone hitting. Okay, here, PCI. No, we want to go with the I'm curious to see what dynamic looks like. So we're going to go with that first. I typically recommend either the buckshot, the classic, or the outline. You definitely want to go through and test it out for yourself, but we're going to test out dynamic and just see what it gives us. Go ahead and keep tossing some pitches here. It looks like the game is pretty close to being installed, actually. Alright, we're going to throw him a slider tight in. See how you see the pitch trail is still on, so I have lots of time to locate my pitch, figure out where I want to toss the ball. If you're just getting into the game, you're not going to know a lot of this stuff. That's kind of how you want to do this. You want to make it so that the pitch trail is always on and you give yourself as much time as possible to locate your pitch. Otherwise, it's like you pick a pitch and then boom, the pitch trail has faded away and you don't know if you're in the zone still, not in the zone, or whatever it might be. And then, as you see here, hopefully you can get through these batters pretty quickly. You want to try and paint the zone. You want to be like, you want the ball to be like half in, half out of the zone. You're going to get calls both ways, good and bad, but that's how you're really going to rack up strikeouts and outs in general. Alright, so it's going to give us zone hitting. I'm going to skip those tutorials. Okay, so this is dynamic. I'm curious what this is going to give us. It is like the outline. Alright, so we missed that one slightly, just leaving it in the middle. Nice little hit. It's going to be a single. So yeah, in the zone, to be honest, it's a lot easier to hit the ball, in my opinion. The other one's all about timing. So if you're really good with timing the pitch, then go with the directional hitting, because then that's all that's based off is timing pretty much, and the direction you decide to hit it towards. So that's that. Increase lead, L1, R1, and then yeah, you push a stick towards the runner. And then if you hold the stick to the right and press L2, they'll try and steal the base. I'm not particularly interested in stealing at all. To be quite honest, one of the most annoying things in this game for me is whenever the pitcher throws out to the first base. Yeah, see, this is just a waste of time to me. But, it's part of baseball. So far, the game is very similar. Obviously, I know that some of the new features are, the different modes and stuff, and there's, more depth to different modes. So we're going to have to see that as we go. But the game is very similar to last year. It feels very similar. The crowds and everything feel a little bit more realistic, which is nice. It's always nice to have, the detail put in basically anywhere you can. And we held back on that pitch, so it's going to give us a 1-1 count. I'm liking it so far. It feels good. It feels consistent. Doesn't feel laggy at all like last year's did at times, although obviously we're only slightly into the game. That's going to be a double play, maybe? Yeah, that's a nice double play. If you guys are interested at all, go ahead and give me suggestions down in the comments section of which, videos you'd like me to give out on this. I'm probably going to do a lot of franchise stuff, a lot of tips and tricks like I do on Madden and my other games, and I'm probably going to do an actual franchise series here on the channel. It's going to be tough to balance between all the different games, but I'm going to do my best for you guys. I'm also trying to bring you guys that NBA franchise, so it'll be interesting to see if I can balance all of these different things. But with that being said, like I said, leave your comments down below and let me know, what you want to see on this game specifically. And I'll do my best to bring to you whatever tips and tricks you want. Like I said, I am a veteran player. I'm not going to claim to be the best at this game because I'm not. But I know enough to be able to give you guys the tips to succeed. I'm pretty good at pitching. And I have a friend that consistently throws no-hitters, perfect games on higher difficulties. So, I can bring you all the tips that you will ever need. Yeah, we're going to go Ooh, didn't get any of those calls there. If you pitch this way, which in my personal opinion is the best way to pitch, painting the corners, you're gonna get a lot of walks. But okay, here we go. Okay, that's slightly different. The throwing, it's not like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a bar like it used to be. Oh wait, it kind of is. I'm gonna have to switch that. I don't know exactly what's going on there with throwing. Ooh, okay. That's gonna be 1 run. Ooh, that's a nice-ish throw. It's gonna be 1-0. I wish this game would install slightly quicker, because I really want to go in and tour the new game modes, but this will just end up being a long live stream. That's fine. It probably actually is installing slower because of the fact that I'm in here. So it's got me on rookie hitting. Like I said, I'm not as good at hitting as I am pitching. I don't have a baseball background, so I fall for a lot of the off-speed pitches, as you can see. I only get good at hitting once I've played the game for a while and I've, started to get into a rhythm with it. I definitely didn't go around, but okay. They're gonna say I went around on that one. Yeah, pop that one up. That was dumb. I swing too much. I don't let the pitches come to me like I should. It takes me a while to really get used to it. Tried to hold up on that one. That one didn't sneak through the gap. That might be a single. No, we weren't able to beat it out. Pitching's honestly my favorite part. I like to do career modes with the pitcher. That's my personal favorite, I would say. Well, we're painting them up, but we're not getting the calls. Swung at that one. There we go for the change-up down. There we go. Then we're going to throw him high, up and in. Force him to swing. There we go. That's the best way to do it, is to try and stick him on the inside whenever the count gets up there. Force him to swing at a pitch that looks like it's going to be good. Let me go with the changeup down and in on this one. You'll probably also, the better players learn to vary up the speed whenever you're throwing these. I throw a lot of these, as fast as I can, but then the pitcher's not going to last as long. Like if you throw the changeups, full power like I am, you're not going to last as long as you would if you're going to, hold back on certain pitches. I just haven't learned an efficient way to do it, because I tend to be a lot less accurate when I start trying to hold up on pitches like that, and it just doesn't work out well for me. Alright, so this one's going to be up and in at him. See, it's a nice, easy way to force him to swing. It's not a guarantee, but a lot of time you're gonna get him to swing on that. Alright, so here's what I want to do real quick. I also want to put the hitting difficulty on veteran, because that's what we play on generally, veteran or all-star. So I want to start getting prepared for the harder hitting. That should be a nice single. Looks like the game's close to installed. So I think that install bar only goes up as you progress in the innings. So if you guys have noticed each time, this is one of my main complaints about MLB. It takes freaking forever to install the game. You know, you wait an hour for it to download actually on the PlayStation. Well, that's a nice double play. You wait for an hour for it to actually download, and then after it downloads, you get on the game, and it takes all this time to install. Like, I don't want to be playing Los Angeles versus Boston in the World Series right now, but, you know, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. We sat on that one, hit it with power, but that's not going to be out of here. Popped it up. The one thing I do have to say that I don't like that they haven't evidently fixed is it never gives you... I mean, I guess it gives you the feedback for that last hit on the last out whenever you come back around the next time, but I wish it would give you the feedback right afterwards, because by the time I'm done pitching, I've, you know, forgotten about the last inning. I've moved on. So my main problem is that, you know, they're going to show me that, you know, what happened on that last one, you know, did I swing too low, too high, whatever, whenever I come up to bat again. But at that point, I'm not going to care because I've been doing this. I've been pitching. Oh, he wasn't safe. How do I challenge? Did they fix the challenge system this year? That's something I'm looking out for, because last year you couldn't challenge anything. Manager... manage, select options. It doesn't look like there's any way to challenge, so it's going to be the same bullcrap it was last year, where you can only challenge in situations where it gives you the option to challenge. So last year there were, like, that one looked very close to me. Last year there were a lot of situations where, you know, you'd have very close calls and it wouldn't permit you to challenge, which I thought is an issue. There we go. The game's real close to being installed. You know, we're going to throw him 2 changeups in a row. He's not going to be ready for it. This one's going to come up and in. There we go. Popped him out. Are we fully installed? Very, very close. The slimmest of margins. So I actually want to go in and show you guys real quick while this is still installing the reticle. Classic outline. That's what I like to use. I'll show you guys that. See, so this is, it has a point right in the middle that you can line up with the ball. To me, it seems like it makes it slightly easier. That one's going to be a fly ball. Yeah. Almost got out there. Good timing. Just got under it slightly. That'll be a single. That's all I get. I get singles and then I ground out into double plays constantly. I never am able to hit for as much power as everybody else is. Yeah, hey, if anybody got any tips for me hitting wise, let me know down in the comment section. But I know how to do it. I'm just not good reacting to it. I get fooled by pitches. that one out of here? No, that's a fly ball. Damn it. I thought I got better contact, but I got under that one. Yep. Alright, the game's installed. I'm going to take this at bat, then we're going to hop in, take a look at the menus and everything, and see what's new. That was it. I didn't react to it well enough. That's a good one. That should drop. Alright, one more at bat then. See if we can drive in a run. Nope, popped out. Alright. Let's go take a look at the menus and the presentation. I like the loading screen. There's not too much going on. It's just a nice, sleek look in the back there. Okay, so the menus are extremely similar to the way they were last year. This game looks like almost a carbon copy to last year. But there are a couple new things. So Diamond Dynasty obviously is their Ultimate Team mode. Their money grabber, as all sports games have to have nowadays, standard. They're going to say it's new. There's probably some new feature in there, but I'm not going to check that out right now. That's not particularly what I'm concerned about. Road to the Show, I'm interested to see, and I'll do a video on this, what the new features are in Road to the Show, because Road to the Show improves every year in my mind. I always find Road to the Show to be pretty fun. This Moments thing is where you can play as legends and superstars to relive or rewrite baseball history. I think this is decent. They did a thing like this in... I want to say they did this in Madden, but it was through Ultimate Team, so it wasn't perfectly accurate. And I want to say they do this actually every year in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be actual, the actual players going back in time and trying to relive or rewrite history. I think that'll be interesting, but that'll be cool for like a couple days until you've played them and you're bored with them. So I'm never a fan of them adding in things like this. I think it's honestly just kind of a waste of their efforts. I think most of their efforts should be put into franchise mode, Road to the Show, career mode, things like that. And obviously they don't have a connected franchise mode this year, so that's a big negative for me. That's always a negative. When a sports game doesn't have a connected franchise mode, then I'm always on the verge of not buying it. I'm not going to buy NHL next year more than likely because they really messed up the game this year, and unless they bring back connected franchise, I just don't. I'm uninterested in buying a game like that. But we're done with the negativity. Let's move on. So the new mode, the one that everybody's interested about, is March to October. So come through in the season's key games and moments to propel your team to the postseason. So this is like apparently playing a franchise mode where you play essentially the key moments and you control your team, and you can apparently get an entire season done within a couple of sittings. So I'm really interested to see what this mode is all about. I think I might click into it here in a minute once I scroll through the rest of the menus. But I'm really interested to see what March to October is about. If you guys are interested to see what March to October is about, let me know down in the comment section and I'll do a Let's Play of that. I'll do a series on the channel. But I did notice that as you scroll through here, these menus kind of flick, and it has the pictures in the background. So that is pretty interesting. I like that presentation aspect of it. It's kind of nice. So I definitely give the presentation here maybe a B. I've never been quite a fan of the way the menus are laid out in the show, but the visual aspect of it is decently nice, pretty sleek. What's new? The apparently new stuff in the community market. This is just where you're going to find everything for the different game modes. Your inventory, that's what you have for the game modes. Vaults is where you find rosters and everything like that. And pretty much all the same modes over here. Home Run Derby, Retro Mode, Postseason, all these different things. And then Audio Unlockables. I'm curious to see what this is. Assign and unlock whenever a player on your team hits a normal home run, applies across. This is interesting. I'm not sure exactly what this is. Obviously, there's a different description for each of them at the top. I don't know. Let's go ahead and check out March to October and see what it says. Okay, so I'm not sure. I don't know a whole lot about it. I didn't look into it a ton before we started. We're going to go with underdogs because that's where the Pirates are at. Projected wins 75 plus, 83 plus, 91 plus, 68 plus. We're going to go with underdogs. And then I guess you get to select between your teams. Okay, so that's interesting. We'll go with Pirates, and then difficulty. Reward for winning the World Series. Online connection required to redeem reward. Okay, apparently I'm not. We're not going with Legend. I can go with Veteran and just see what it's about. Begin your March to October. Alright. Very curious about this.
You'll forgive the Pirates for feeling a bit forgotten in the NL Central. They missed the postseason in 2018 and didn't make any flashy roster moves over the offseason. Though they didn't garner a lot of headlines,
I like this.
Pittsburgh should not be overlooked. They were in contention for a wild card spot well into August, and the acquisition of Chris Archer gives them a true ace around which to build the rotation. It's been 26 years since the Pirates won a division title, and while there is a good chance that will stretch to 27, the front office has put together the pieces to be a surprise contender come the fall.
This is pretty nice. There's a nice little presentation to set you up. And then, okay, so it looks like you're going to play, so this puts me into opening day. So it looks like you're going to skip throughout the season, and it's going to depend on, it looks like this is going to depend on a lot of factors. So if you play as an underdog team, I will assume it'll bring you in different types of situations than if you play as a, contender or whatever. See this presentation. She's new this year. This is the first time that MLB has had a true sideline reporter. I'm curious to see if they have enough dialogue to make her unique enough, consistently over time. When you play these sports games, obviously, you end up hearing the same things over and over and over again. Baseball is one of the games where you play, hundreds of games. So, they need to put in more effort to actually make sure the commentary is unique. As in most March-October episodes, they actually begin in the mid to late innings. You're now taking control in the top of the 6th inning. Good luck in your March to October. That's interesting. So you're not going to play the full game. I'm going to come in with Jameson Taillon. Okay. He lost his bat. Alright, wait. So this is pretty interesting. So I think I'm going to cut the video here. Hopefully that leaves you guys with a bit of suspense, but this is pretty interesting. So it brings you in right in the middle of a game, tied 0-0 on opening day, and then I'm curious where it jumps from there. This will be pretty interesting to do. I think that even if you guys don't necessarily comment down below that you're interested in seeing this, I might put up a series on this or just play this outright. I hope that you guys enjoyed my look on the game. I would say presentation-wise, the menus are about a B to a B+. They could definitely be better. I've never been a total fan of the way the menus are set up in the show. I much prefer some of the other games, but definitely, visually appealing, I would say. The gameplay is pretty much the same as last year. It looks like it's probably slightly upgraded, and the graphics are pretty good. The graphics in this game, for me, get like a B to a B+. I believe their face models are decent, but they're never that great. As you can see by that new... I'm just going to play while I say this. While you see that new that sideline announcer, she, doesn't totally look like a real person. So that's my main complaint with that. And then in terms of game modes and everything, I give this game a B- because it doesn't have connected franchise. Obviously, connected franchise is key to any sports game, and if you don't have connected franchise, you're just losing out as a sports game, and that takes you down huge in my mind. But the other game modes bring it back up a little bit, so probably about a B- I would give it. If it had connected franchise, it would be in the A category. But this is definitely a game you'll have a lot of fun with, especially with this new game mode. I think will be pretty interesting. And then, commentary-wise, it feels a little bit smoother. And then, the details, MLB always gets an A or an A+ on details. They improve the crowd every single year. They improve the details, the equipment, and everything like that every single year. They have the most diverse equipment in my mind of any sports game. A lot of customization ability, a lot of diversification ability. You can always make things different, always make things unique. So MLB gets an A for me in that category. So early on, game's looking good. Obviously highly disappointed that they don't have connected franchise mode, but we knew that coming in. But the game, I'd say, overall is going to get about a B to a B+ from me, which is pretty good. And maybe that rating will go up over time. Wait and see as I come out with more videos, more gameplay. We'll figure out, whether that rating moves at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to finish pitching out this inning, and then I'll cut the video off there. And let me know what you guys want to see here in the near future. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm just going to finish pitching out the inning. 2 away already. I pitched extremely well with Jamison Tyone. So we got pitch trail fade on. So it looks like I'm going to have to edit that in every game mode, even though I edited it in the tutorial game. It's unfortunate.
It's something to be proud of anytime you can pitch a good game in this ballpark, especially when it's not your home ballpark.
Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
So it looks like whatever they gave me there is added. There's a whole new screen that it came up with that I could pick different pitches. There we go. Yeah, gameplay is very similar to the way it was last year. So, game still gets a good grade, but not a whole lot of upgrades. Enough upgrades to earn it a better grade than I probably would have given it last year. And it's definitely going to be a good game. But they need to add back connected franchise mode for this game to get back up into the A tier of games. This game still isn't all the way up there because it doesn't have connected franchise. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you want to see next. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.